Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day number 2 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour, RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery. A 48-state, 4-year ride for addiction recovery awareness. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction, and the whole end goal is to build a rehab. And this is state number 41. We'll get to that later. On Route 66, the Mother Road, Main Street, America. And it's all to raise awareness that addiction recovery options are available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate Recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you, talk to you, and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So I'm here in beautiful Pasadena, California, and I'm going to call California state number 41. So during the downtime, I created YouTube playlists for everything. I didn't get a chance to go back and do some of the other things I wanted to do, but I was able to go back through and get playlists done. So there's Trans-America Trail playlists, there's Ohio to Erie Trail playlists, there's each state that I've been in, a playlist of the actual rides that took place in that state. If you want to find your state, I made it a lot easier to do. So with all that, I had to, kind of label the California playlist state number ? So I'm just going to call it state number 41, and then when we come back on the Pacific Coast, if everything works out for that ride next summer with my family, then we'll just be back in state 41 again. So California is state number 41. I do have all of those playlists done. I encourage you to go check it out and watch some of those other videos. The YouTube channel is monetized, so those funds are helping to keep the wheels rolling and helping to build the rehab. A couple things before I get started. So yesterday, in yesterday's video, I was so tired, so exhausted. I'd never even mentioned the 2 guys that rode the bikes with me coming out of the Santa Monica Pier were Ben and George. And George has a home in Columbia, Missouri, on the Katy Trail, and invited me to stay there. And Ben actually has a house here in Santa Monica and offered for me to come over and eat sandwiches and that kind of thing. But I knew I was so hard pressed to get out of this city that I wasn't able to stop and hang out. But thank you so much, guys. That was just such a blessing. And I hope that I make it to the Katy Trail so that I can hang out with you again. In other news, I've got this Ends cycling jersey on. It's actually their one from this year. Jay Hoff sent it to me. Thank you so much, Jay. It actually came in the day before I left for this ride, and I got it out of the mailbox early that next morning. But yeah, so Ends of the Earth Cycling, they do cycle tours all over the United States, and you can join. You can also follow them on Instagram and Facebook and all the places. But they're in Alaska right now for their Alaska bike ride. I think day 1 is today, so go check them out. There's links in the description to their website, and you can go find out more about Ends of the Earth Cycling. If there wasn't an Ends of the Earth Cycling, I don't know if there would have ever been a Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour. So Justin Hannikin and crew, I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for everything you're doing. But yeah, I was able to eat a good dinner last night, so when I got my hair cut back in Mobile, Sunshine was my hairstylist, and she asked me if I took donations while we were talking. I said, yeah, sure. And so she brought me all kinds of food, instant foods, ramen noodles, sweet tarts, the whole kit and caboodle. It was amazing. So thank you so much, Sunshine. But that was my dinner last night. I didn't even go out of the hotel room. I got in at I think I got done with everything, shower and all, by 7, and went to sleep until almost midnight and got up and started working on that video for you guys. So yeah, it is 9 o'clock now. I'm going to get on the road, and my goal today is to get out of the city. There are, of course, positives to being in the city. There's gas stations, there's water, there's Coca-Cola, there's places to eat, there's all the stuff. But the cars and the just traffic, it's crazy. It's crazy. Plus, I would also like to camp tonight, and there's a campground in a regional park if I can make it there. At the end of today, I'll start climbing, and then I'll climb all through the morning tomorrow. I think I gain about 3,000 feet on one hill. So that's going to take a little while, and I hope that my legs are recovered. Yesterday, they were cramping so bad. Like, I was having to hop off the bike seat at stoplights and sit and squat, like down near the crossbar, because like I just had to keep my legs bent. But I drank a lot of water last night, a lot of electrolytes, and hopefully that's cleared up. I would imagine it's going to clear up soon if it isn't. So yeah, I'm going to get on the road and try to make it out of the city. I think I've got 60 miles to go today, and I'm going to try to do all 60 of those miles. It's just so hard with stoplights, stop and go. Cars pulling out, cars stopping, Anyway, that's enough of me jabbering. I really do need to get on the road. Again, thank you so much, Jay, for the shirt. Thank you so much, Sunshine, for the food. And yeah, let's go check out more of Route 66. Love you guys. See you later. So I just rolled here into Monrovia, just a little ways off of Route 66. Adventure Cycling Association's bike Route 66 is what I'm following, and it takes you off of Route 66 in areas where there's high traffic or no bike lanes. But I thought this was really neat. Look at all the old cars, antiques, all up and down this road. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Hello. And I couldn't think of a better, like, start to Route 66 than to be at a car show. Even though I may not be in a car, doesn't mean I don't like them. So yeah, I'll cover up this music so I don't get a copyright strike, and let you guys see some of the cool stuff that we got here at this car show as I ride through. There goes nothing. Love you guys. See you later. So I just came in here to the old-fashioned favorite, McDonald's. It's funny how when I go on these tours, like, my body craves just fat and nasty, as much calorie packed into one small thing as I can get. But, you know, Paul talks about when I was a child, you know, I spoke as a child, I acted like a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things. I wish I would have learned that much earlier in my life, especially my 30s. Like, but so unfortunately, because of that, like, I just pressed like extra mustard way too much, and essentially ate a mustard burger. So now apparently when I make mistakes, they are man-sized. But yeah, it was good. I ate it anyway. I just kind of forced it down. Now I'm going to keep on heading west. I'm 15 miles in. I'm about to enter Azusa, not the Azusa street of the Pentecostal revival. That's actually in downtown Los Angeles. The revival, I think it was William Seymour, early 1900s, 06 to 15, something like that. That street is actually by the train station. I think that street is named because of this city, but I really don't know that to be true for sure. Either way though, yeah, I'm gonna keep on moving. It feels pretty pleasant today. It's hot, but it's not like, you know, too bad. Still a lot of wind from this Hurricane K thing that spun down off the coast. But I am going to start climbing pretty soon, and I will be going up, like 3,000 feet and then back down. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I would at least like to get some of that knocked out. Good 45 more miles knocked out today. So I'm gonna get back on the bike. I was able to catch up everything except YouTube comments in here just now. I still have to create a Facebook fundraiser. So cool. While I was home, I'd been praying about not setting up a fundraiser while I was home to not have to add to, you know, all of that complication. And literally God answered that prayer through two people. Dan and Barbara Barber, who are from our church, gave us a donation, and Doug Raber that Liam met first and I met coming out of Neely, Nebraska on the Cowboy Trail, and his wife gave a donation, and their donations combined were able to pay for like the train ticket, the bike work. It ended up being $772 is all of the parts that had to be replaced, and that's with Clint's good prices, and labor. Yeah, a lot of things. So I'm going to start the new Facebook fundraiser and get it going. I've talked to IGO, and anything donated through the GoFundMe that I started before Ragbri, it's got like $200 in it. IGO is keeping that. They are keeping that and holding it, and that's going toward the rehab in the very end of everything. So if you want to donate to the ride and help keep, you know, the meeting people and all of the stuff to set up building the rehab going, then don't donate to the GoFundMe. If you want to donate to the rehab, then donate to the GoFundMe, and those funds will go to it. So yeah, I think that's enough of me talking. I'm really just trying to waste a little bit more time before I get back in the saddle. You know, it's kind of rough after you hadn't been on the bike for a little while to get back on it, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm gonna keep on moving, and you'll see more of that right about now. Okay, so let me see if I can twist all the way around here. It says Route 66 road closed. I don't know if that's something that I can get through walking, or if that's something that I cannot, but I thought this was cool. It says Eden Garden Cafe. I hadn't just gorged myself on greasy McDonald's food. That actually sounds kind of good. Anyway, I'm gonna ride down through here and see if they'll let me go. I saw another guy walking up, so I'm hoping that he wasn't just with the work crew. We'll see. You guys will see what happens right about now. so I just took that picture of the alley sign, which is what my bike's name is. I think I've taken one in Vermont somewhere, and Martha's Vineyard, several places. Anywhere where I've seen an alley sign. I'm on the Pacific Electric Bike Trail, which started about 6 or 7 miles ago, coming out of Pomona. I can't remember the exact little town that it started in, but I think this goes all the way into like 30 miles total into San Bernardino. So I think I'm going to get off of it a little bit early. I'm going to have to inspect the hill that I have to climb. I think I can go shorter by about 10 miles, but it's steeper. Or I can wrap around once this trail ends and add about 10 miles, but have a little bit more shallow of a climb. So I'm not sure, and I won't know that till I get to the end of this, but I'll be able to make that decision in about 10 more miles from here. So far I've liked it. It looks like maybe they're going to be putting in light rail, or maybe this is a sewage that's covered up, like pipes or something. I don't really know. But there's this trail over here to the right, and the whole way down has been this massive right-of-way on the left for something that, and it looks like, you know, dirt, like it's ready for building. So anyway, I think I'm 32 miles in. It's 2:22, and I'm gonna keep on riding, and you guys will see more of that right about now. All right, so I just got here to this intersection and realized that they're using that as a equestrian thing, but also at the same time they've got this bicycle detected, which stopped traffic, so they're probably gonna get mad. And it's got a bicycle button, but it's also got an actual bicycle light. So pretty cool stuff. The this did used to be a light rail from what I'm reading on some of the signs that I'm passing by. I'm gonna actually stop and video one pretty soon and see what all it says, but I'm looking for more food at this point. I'm 37 miles in and I'm tired. This is another day. I feel much better than I did yesterday. Way better. No cramps yet, no nothing. I got 1,200 feet of climbing in so far, so. Anyway, yeah, food, and sit down and calculate where I'm at, where I gotta go, and all that kind of stuff, which you'll see right about now. Alright, so I don't know if you noticed back there, but I was with a cyclist for just a little bit. I don't know if he popped up in front of the camera or not, but his name was Jim. And when I got to that gate, it was just, you know, built to where no one can go through. No gate at all. Just, you know, like a sidewalk going to nowhere where the sidewalk ends. I finally found it. But yeah, Jim
rode with me for a little bit, took our picture. He's gonna tag us on Instagram, and we chatted for a little bit. He actually did a ride, I wanna say it was for veterans, where he did 64 miles a day on average, 1,800 miles over a month, which was huge. So I'm super thankful that he kind of just passed by me right at the right time and that we were able to meet and chat. I also got to speak to Corey Zorn on the phone for a little bit, which was great. Good catching up with you, Corey. He has gone back and watched all of the videos 5 or 6 times at this point. I always love to see his comments in the comments section because he's usually the first one. But I did a little research, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to make it. While I was sitting at KFC, there's no way I'm going to be able to make it up all the way to the mountain to Cajon, the Cajon Pass or whatever, today. It's already 4 o'clock, and it's just not going to happen. I wanted to go there and camp, but I called the Glen Helen Park, and they let me know that they have an amphitheater, and they have closed their campground for the entire month of September so that they can facilitate the vendors for the, whatever's going on at the amphitheater. So that cuts out the first spot available that I've had that I could have camped. It was $30 anyway. I was going to go all the way into San Bernardino. So it finally ended up kind of narrowing down to what's the closest hotel or motel I can find that will put me right near where I need to make the bypass, the San Bernardino bypass alternate route. And that's here in Fontana, which is the sign that you see me passing
Continue
right
on
now.
I-15 north for 1 mile.
And yeah, it was like $110 for the night. Hopefully, once I get through this last little section of city tomorrow, it'll be like a 15-20 mile climb up and out of San Bernardino, but I don't think I'll be in this heavily jam-packed city anymore, so I'm excited about that. Either way, yeah, I'm going to keep on riding and showing you guys this beautiful Pacific Electric Rail Trail. I have really enjoyed it. I mean, you can still hear traffic around you, but it's pretty much just the backs of houses and the backs of businesses. Lots of people out and about. It's really nice. So yeah, I'm going to head on into the motel, and you guys will see more of that right about now. Keep talking about the pass, but these are the mountains that I'm talking about that pass is going to have to go over, so yuck. Alright, well I made it. 45.87 miles. I'll show you right here why I decided to choose this hotel. It is right next to the alternate route that's going to cut off me having to go all the way around to San Bernardino. I'll go straight up the little mountain pass and be able to start tomorrow. Wonderful. However, this room, this one now takes the cake for the worst room I've ever stayed in my entire life. I cannot remember a worse one. The one in South Carolina that was like $50 and I blew the breaker was not even as bad as this one. Having bed bugs in Atlantic City, New Jersey wasn't as bad as this. So the only thing in this room is this bed, that nightstand, and this table with 2. So as I was saying, sorry about that, I don't know if you heard the knock, but that was the manager, and he said that it's hotel policy that you have to leave the curtains closed. I had them open because I needed light to film this. There's one lamp, as I was saying, this one lamp over here, and nothing else. Like, there's just nothing in the room. I've moved into an unfurnished apartment where the people have left more than this in it. There are no wash rags, just a towel. There is nothing.
I mean, there's nothing in here. There's a cup, and I'm almost concerned about why that's even here. Like, if someone doesn't care about your health to this extent, why do they want you drinking water? There's no coffee pot, there's no coffee, there's no shampoo. There was a bar of soap. There's nothing in here. Just a table with 2 chairs that face each other. Man, I feel terrible that I wasted the money. And I didn't waste it. It's an insurance policy to not, to have a roof over my head and a door locked for the night. Not even sure if that's going to be, that big of an insurance policy at this point. I probably would come out healthier if I just slept somewhere and put my tent up. Anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. If you're riding Bicycle Route 66, this is the Sand and Sage. I'll let you make your own determination as to whether or not this is something that you would like to stay in on your bike tour. Unreal. I've never seen someone do less. Like, doing the least. Doing the least. All I know is that will have me never, ever, ever come back here. But, yeah, with all that being said, this day's over with. I want to get the video cut, edited, and uploaded so you guys can see it. And I have half a mind to put my tent down now at this point because there's just no telling. There is no telling. I may have just paid $110 to put my tent down on the floor. There's nothing in here. It's crazy. So, I mean, it's something I'll laugh about later, I guess. Right now I'm laughing, but it's not a good laugh. I'm going to end the video here for the day. If you know anybody who's passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me through the POPL link in the description. I'd love to ride through your person and celebrate their life with you for a day. That POPL link has all of the Redeeming Eden social, all of the ways you can donate, international gospel outreach, all the things. So go check it out. Thank you so much, Get Wrecked for a Recovery crew. Every one of you that is liking every video, commenting on every video, and sharing every video. I'm just so appreciative. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, from here in Fontana, California, at the worst motel with the worst experience I've ever had in my life. I even asked the guy, I was like, is that legal? Can you ask me what to do with my curtain? I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I don't need it open anyway. It was literally just to film this, and apparently there's just enough light to get it down. By the way, this is the back of that jersey that Jay Haas sent. It's got Jesus as my anchor. So that's what I'm going to have to think right now as I start doing the work that needs to be done. Anyway, that's it for the night. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.